an article that has 1,000 words, technically all 1,000 words could have made it onto X somehow. And effectively, now you have this remarkable repository. And I wonder how you think about that again, and how you think the creative community and those who were the original IP owners should think about that.
I don't know, except to say that by the time these lawsuits are decided, we'll have digital God. So ask digital God at that point. By the time these lawsuits are decided, we'll have digital God. So I don't know, except to say that by the time these lawsuits are decided, we'll have digital God. So.
All right, Shalom, Kohalo, Yahweh Bashmi, Hawashai, Bahasham, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone who teach in Ruel, peace and infinite salutations to the elect that are scattered abroad doing this work in truth and in sincerity, teaching the names of Yahweh Bashmi, Hawashai, and prophesying against Mount Seir. I'm the brother of Baal Gabar coming at you with a quick lesson through the spirit, and you already know it's going to tie into the MOTB. Brothers are doing lessons on this through the spirit. But you see this guy, Elon Musk, he made a statement of an AI God, all right, artificial intelligence, which ultimately that's the plan of these elites, going into their enterprise to get everybody tagged with the chip, all right? And these devils, the scriptures tell you the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. So I'm going to go ahead and let the rest of this video play out. It's a 2-minute video from the channel Dabu7 or Dabu77. Go ahead and check the video out. But I'm going to play it right now. So
I don't know, except to say that by the time these lawsuits are decided, we'll have digital God. So ask digital God at that point. These lawsuits won't be decided before on a time frame that is relevant.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think we live, there's that, I don't know if it's actually a real Chinese saying or not, but may you live in interesting times, right? It's apparently not a good thing. But I would prefer to, personally, I would prefer to live in interesting times. And we live in the most interesting of times. I think for a while there, I was really getting demotivated and losing sleep over the threat of AI danger. And then I finally sort of became fatalistic about it and said, well, even if I knew annihilation was certain, would I choose to be alive at that time or not? And I said I probably would have choose to be alive at that time because it's the most interesting thing, even if there's nothing I could do about it. So then, then basically sort of a fatalistic resignation helped me sleep at night because I was having trouble sleeping at night because of AI danger. Now, what to do about it? I mean, I've been the biggest, the one banging the drum the hardest, by far the longest, or at least one of the longest for AI danger. And these regulatory things that are happening, the single biggest reason they're happening is because of me.
Did you know that?
All right, so you heard it, man. Okay, let me go ahead and see if I can pull this back up.
This is Dabu7.
All right. So yeah, man. All right. And this is just one step closer to the MOTB. We know that this is their ultimate goal, is to get everybody tagged. So let me go ahead and open up with this. This is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means. Right? Because one of the major reasons why people are going to end up taking the chip and what Esau works with heavy is deception. Okay. A lot of people are going to be deceived into taking the MOTB. All right. And ultimately they want total control. Okay. And they're going to do it by digitally enslaving the world, man. Okay. With a microchip. All right. You're not going to be able to buy and sell and, pay your rent unless you have this microchip, which is Bible prophecy, Revelation 13. We're going into it time and time again. And this is a major prophecy that's coming in the near future that everybody should be talking about in Israel. Everybody should be doing lessons on it. concerning the men of Yahweh Shai. And everybody should be spiritually preparing for this time, because the time is here. The technology is here. Tap to pay, Apple Pay, everything's going digital, blockchain, the CBDCs. So the time of paying with money is soon gonna come to an end. Okay, everything's gonna be paid with. Soon it's gonna be the micro C hitman. All right. And this guy right here, Elon Musk, he's already got people with the brain chip. Right. People have already taken the MOTB, whether in the right hand or their brain. Right. Back to 2 Thessalonians 2:3, it says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, the day of the Lord." Okay. It says, "Except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition." Right. So it's prophecy that Yahweh Shai was not going to come back until the devil was revealed. And right now, this devil, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is being revealed via the prophets. Luke 1:70, it tells you that the Lord speaks through the mouth of the prophets. And, this devil's enterprise is being found out. His new world order is being exposed primarily through us, the prophets. Okay. We're giving warning from the Lord. This is really Yahweh Shai's movie. Okay. But it says, "For that day shall not come, the day of the Lord, except there come a falling away first." And that falling away really took place, 70 AD. We fell away. We fell from our, Jerusalem, and then ultimately, the curses came upon us, and we were shipped over here in slavery, and we actually lost our identity. The scripture tell you. Actually, let me grab that real quick, and we'll come back here. We shall discontinue from our heritage. Right? Jeremiah 17:4. It says, "And thou even thyself shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee." Okay. And that's even going into all the prophets, all the men of the Lord. We lost our identity at one point. We thought you thought you were black, Puerto Rican, Cuban. That's because that was that falling away, us falling away from our true nationality. Okay. It says, "And thou even thyself shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee." So that was prophecy, that we would discontinue from our heritage. Okay. Us, calling ourselves Israelites. It says, "And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for you have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever." Right. And we ended up serving our enemies. Even to this day, scriptures tell you in Baruch, we are yet this day in our captivity. Okay. But that's that falling away. Okay. Starting in 70 AD, the destruction of the temple. Okay. The temple was destroyed. The Romans looted the temple's sacred items. It's when the Romans came in and took over, and destroyed. But let's go back to Thessalonians. All right. A shalom to the brothers and sisters tuning in. All right, 2 Thessalonians 2:3, it says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first." All right, and we just went into the falling away. It says, "And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition." And now we're living in a time where the wicked, the man of sin, which is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the Edomites, they're being revealed. Okay. The son of perdition. It says, verse 4, "Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped." Yeah, because this devil, Esau, primarily their main, high level super rich Edomites, the super elite of the house of Esau, they have something called a God complex. Okay. And a God complex is I'm reading a definition. It says is a psychological term that describes someone who has an exaggerated sense of their own abilities and importance. People with a God complex may believe that they are infallible, entitled to special treatment, and superior to others. And that's Esau. He actually looks at himself as a God. Okay. Characteristics of someone that has a God complex, overconfident, which really is just pride. Okay. And that's these Edomites. They have, a high level of pride to the point where they actually believe that they're going to be able to completely and digitally enslave the world, but we know that the scriptures say the Most High is not going to allow them to, fulfill their enterprise, so to say, roughly paraphrasing. All right. But this is heavy, man. Let me see. It says other characteristics of someone who has a God complex. It says dogmatism. They may be highly dogmatic in their views, speaking of their opinions as though they were unquestionably correct. And if that's not Esau Edom, I don't know who is. This devil speaks like everything he says is just the truth. Okay. It says exploitation. They may use others for personal gain. Yeah, and that's what they do, and that's what they're trying to do. They're exploiting the world, really everybody. Okay. Another characteristic is blaming others. I mean, this is Esau to the T, bro. Esau points the finger, but he never want to take the blame. No accountability in the house of Esau. Okay. As soon as you bring up slavery to an Edomite, they want to brush it under the rug or, talk about how that was in the past. They don't want to ever talk about it. Okay. They want to blame everybody else but themselves. All right. They blame others for their mistakes or when things don't go as planned. And that's why ultimately when shit hits the fan and things aren't going according to their plan, they're going to point the finger at the Israelites. They're going to, demonize the Israelites, for the reasons that their new world order is not being accomplished. Another characteristic of someone with God complex is it says leadership. They may tend toward leadership and management roles in their careers, which isn't really a good example because leadership is set up by Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Yeah, it says a God complex is an unshakable belief characterized by consistently inflated feelings of personal ability, privilege, or infallibility. You can never be wrong. You in that white privilege, right? They feel like they're better than everybody, but it's to the point now where they actually just want to enslave everybody. All right, they already got their hand over the whole world. Their face is on the dollar bills. They are so much control already, but they want to take it to the next level where they want to actually control you. And that's what this whole blockchain digital currency and also with that movie Upgrade was all about. Because these this artificial intelligence, demons can literally jump on artificial intelligence, AI, so demons can hop on it and take over. And that's ultimately what's going to happen. These people that are going to take the chip, you're going to lose all sense of, thinking. Your thinking is going to be done by the so-called white man. All right. So, that's your badge of servitude to Satan when you take the chip. All right. And that's why the ultimate destruction that's coming to these people is going to be nuclear destruction. If you take the chip, you're through. All right. Ezekiel 3:17, it says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word of my mouth and give them warning from me. And that's exactly what the prophets are here set up to do. we're here to just give you warning from the Lord. We're telling you what the Lord is about to do, what's about to happen on this earth is going to change the whole world. It's going to be worse than what happened in 2020 with the COVID thing. Major things are about to take place. Something big's about to go down. And now these devils, as the scriptures tell you, how their tongue is going to fall upon themselves. So now it's like a lot of these super high level Edomites, they're exposing themselves. They tell you this at those meetings with Klaus Schwab, the World Economic Forum, and the World Health Organization. They have a lot of things that they say that really it just exposes that they're exposing themselves. You had this one video that said that they want to do away with cash. Let me see if I can find it. New form of cash. Let's see. I remember it was a lady that said it. Yeah, it's not coming up. Let me see if I type it another way. She said it right out of her mouth, and we're going to go cashless pretty much. And China is pretty much like the gateway to this whole AI thing. Yeah, all these, look, the World Economic Forum, this guy Klaus Schwab, kill snakes. Remember this? Bill Gates on the next great epidemic. Yeah, man. I can't find a specific video, but Lord willing, I'll find it another time and touch on it. But let's see this. The edge. Could the future be cashless? Let's see. Watch this.
So when a client comes to us,
we just watching. We analyzing things now, so we're gonna watch this. Let's see what they say.
with an ask to launch an influencer marketing campaign, the process is pretty streamlined. So what
is a cash?
Yeah, and fair use. The edge, it says, could the future be cashless? And we know the answer to that. It is going to be cashless. Okay, it's going to go digital. So let's watch it.
Is a cashless society inevitable? How long will it take before we're cashless?
Well, I'll go first. My first startup in the world of fintech was in the late 90s during the .com, and the demise of cash was just around the corner 20 years ago. So I think it's one of those things that it will take much longer than people realize. At the same time, the digitization of cash is happening more rapidly than ever. So I think the velocity has changed significantly. That said, there's a long tail that will.
Yeah, and this was 5 years ago, and the velocity even from 5 years to now has dramatically increased concerning AI, artificial intelligence, cashless society, all of that stuff. Everything's going digital. Okay, let's keep watching. We're not going to watch the whole thing. We're going to watch a little bit.
It'll take quite a long time, and I think to really get there, particularly in the world of technology, people need to be honest with themselves about shortcomings where cash may still function better. Like, oh, there are all these great new payment systems, but if you're a small business owner, you got your money a couple weeks later versus on the spot with cash. You've got to step up and address those shortcomings. Otherwise, 20 years from now, we'll still be saying, when do we see, the demise of cash? But the velocity is certainly speeding up significantly, I would say.
Yeah, so I think velocity, I think it's a very long while. I think Sweden's probably the most cashless society on the earth. And actually, they're starting to hit bumping against barriers. So actually, the Swedish.
Yes, in Sweden, they got people over there in Sweden. You can Google this for yourself. We're not going to sit here and do everything for you. You people got to start researching, man. But you got people in Sweden that they already got the microchip. Okay, they already got the microchip. Sweden, and you also got, I believe it's in Wisconsin, a business called 3 Square Market. Okay, where like 70 or 80% of their employees are chipped. To get into the building, you got to swipe your hand. So it's here, and you got these different places on earth that are like, testing grounds for this new system, and China, Sweden, you know, Wisconsin, and certain places even here in America, like Wisconsin. Okay, so everything's moving towards this, man.
British central bank printed more notes last year for the first time in 15 years because they found that they were finding to struggle. So I think if we move, I think there are many forces which are reinforcing. Companies want it. It's expensive for the banks and so forth. So there's and clients are demanding the frictionless transactions. I think there are two so whats for me. One is the more you rely on a digital system, the more you need to know it doesn't go down. And so there's going to be a lot more focus on the resilience of these systems. Second,
yeah, it's really about total control. Okay, they want total control, and you can watch this video on your own time. Okay, so let's go back to 2 Thessalonians. Okay, 2 Thessalonians 2. Who's at verse 4? So I'm gonna read verse 4 again. It says, "Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God," and that's the so-called white man. Okay, with his God complex. He thinks he's, he thinks he is a God. He controls the world, and he's gonna take it to the next level by getting people, tagged with the charagma. Okay, that's ultimately what he wants. All right, it says, "Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worship, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God." So this devil, he wants to be God. And guess what? That blessing was given to Jacob. It wasn't given to you devils, man. Okay? To being changed into a God in those new bodies, that's only for Israelites. But see, Esau, he's going to try to accomplish that by getting everybody tagged with the charagma. So let's just go right to the prophecy. This is going to be a quick lesson. I'm about to close it out. Revelation 13. And jumping right to the point in 16. "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hands or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name." And that's that microchip, the CHIP, that digital currency that they want to put inside of you, the charagma. Okay, they want to put this inside of you, and it's also going to be a form of mind control. Okay, like I said, watch the movie Upgrade. All right, so and we're in that time now where something big is going to happen, where they're going to make this thing mandatory. Like the elder apostles say, I see it clear as day, is what they say. At first it's going to be an option to take it. It's not going to be mandatory immediately. Because what they're gonna do is they're gonna try to get all this cash out of circulation. So there could be like a point in time where the chip it's not mandatory, but it's recommended that you take it. And if you don't take it, well, the price of goods is gonna be $50 for a gallon of milk. So they can get all that cash. They don't want people to have cash no more, period. But if you take the chip, you can pay regular prices. And I'm just me speaking as a man. I can see that taking place during the time where the chip it's not mandatory, but it's here. They're going to be trying to get everybody's cash. So one way to do that is just bring hyperinflation, which that's Revelation 6:6. All right. So they're going to do this, man. All right. So, that's pretty much it. Call hello, Yahweh Shemi Awashai. More information on the MOTB. Elon Musk warns of an AI God. What's that all about? Right? Yahweh Shemi Awashai Barakatham. Shalom.